Oh, wait a minute. We have a big celebrity here tonight. And I'll tell you something. He's great, and he loves this state. Congressman Matt Gaetz. Where the hell is Matt Gaetz? Where is he? Hello, Matt.
Donald John Trump.
Trump.
All right, we've got another Trump appointment, and this is one that is probably going to surprise a lot of people because he was not on any of the lists that were floating around out there. And there had been some discussion that President-elect Trump was having a little trouble making this final decision, or maybe this is the person he had in mind all along. But he has now nominated Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz as Attorney General of the United States.
The scandal surrounding Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz is heating up. Along with being the subject of a sex trafficking investigation involving a 17-year-old girl, Gaetz is now being accused of sleeping with young women from sugar daddy websites. Jim Murray has details.
I was in Wyoming.
We're learning shocking new details today about the sex trafficking investigation involving Congressman Matt Gaetz. The New York Times reveals that Gaetz dated women from so-called sugar daddy websites, including one called Seeking Arrangement. According to the Times, Matt Gaetz was introduced to the Seeking Arrangement women by his friend, a former tax collector named Joel Greenberg, who's in federal custody awaiting trial for sex trafficking.
Multiple sources told CNN is that Gaetz would share images, show colleagues pictures of nude women that he said he had slept with.
Let me just say what everybody here knows. Mike Pence will never be president. Nice guy, not a leader.
Mark?
Well, I don't know if Mike Pence will run for president in 2024, but I don't think Matt Gaetz will have an impact on that. In fact, I'd be surprised if he was still voting. It's more likely he'll be in prison for child sex trafficking by 2024. And I'm actually surprised that Florida law enforcement still allows him to speak to teenage conferences like that. So I'm not too worried about Matt Gaetz.
This is an ABC News special report.
We are coming on the air because former Congressman Matt Gaetz is withdrawing his consideration for Attorney General. He posted on X saying as much amid concerns about sexual misconduct allegations and also concerns about his limited legal experience. I want to go to our chief Washington correspondent, Jonathan Karl, who's on the phone right now. John, what do you make of Gaetz now issuing this message after so much from President-elect Trump and Gaetz himself saying that he was going forward until this confirmation process?
On one level, it's not surprising, Diane. Gaetz was facing a very steep uphill climb. A number of Republican senators, and remember, they were only going to get Republican senators, but they have a 53-seat majority. They could only afford to lose 4. They weren't going to get a single Democrat. And a number of Republican senators had publicly been expressing deep skepticism and concern about the Gaetz nomination. I am told that privately, several of them were even more direct with the Trump transition team, saying that there was simply no way that they would vote to confirm Gaetz. So you had a situation where Gaetz, with all of the controversy swirling around his nomination, was simply not going to get the votes to be confirmed. That clearly is a driving factor in this rather stunning dropout. And I say not surprising on one level, stunning on another level, because what the Trump team had been signaling is that they were going to push for this. They were going to fight for this. They were going to make Republican senators unwilling to vote for Gaetz pay.
I hope the young women get the justice they deserve when it comes to him.
I mean, you're referring to the House Ethics Committee investigation that is ongoing.
Yeah, with his partner in jail because they paid underage women for sex and drugs. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
So he has denied all of that. I'm wondering, doesn't he deserve the presumption of innocence here?
Well, people are in jail. The women have confirmed it. He came to me. If I still wanted to be speaker, I could have done something illegal and stopped the ethics committee investigation that started 4 years before.
He told you to stop the ethics
investigation? Yeah, that's what the whole motion to vacate was about.
Former Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz tried and failed to block the release of that much talked about and very explosive House Ethics Report. CBS News reviewed the report, which accuses Gaetz of having sex with a minor paying for sex with multiple women, and doing illegal drugs. Allegations in that report that Gaetz denies. That report accuses Gaetz of making $90,000 in payments to 12 different women. The House Ethics Report goes on to claim those payments were likely connected to sexual activity and to drugs. The committee wrote it heard testimony that Gaetz had sex with a 17-year-old girl at a party in 2017. The report called her Victim A and said she recalled receiving $400 in cash that evening, which she understood to be a payment for sex. The report also said Gaetz appeared to have set up an email account from his office in the complex of the Capitol to buy marijuana. That report went on to conclude that Gaetz violated House rules that prohibit prostitution, statutory rape, illicit drug use, and obstruction of Congress, among other standards.
A friend of mine who I haven't seen in a little while, Matt Gaetz, is here. Where's Matt? He's around here someplace. Matt Gaetz. He's got a big career set up.